Hello, welcome in everybody. How's everybody doing today? How is everyone today? It is the hump day. Hump day. Know what day it is, what day it is. Oh, well, come on in, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We're just getting this thing started and getting this thing moving as we do. Hey, Calvary. You have like so many accounts. Like every time I think I'm following you, I find you later, like on a different account. You're wild. Hello, Star. Welcome in. I lost all 12 accounts. I actually believe you. I actually truly believe you. Olivia, thank you so much for becoming a member over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for becoming a member. It's very nice. Let's welcome Olivia to the team, y'all. And such a team it is. It's surely your 13th. That's freaking crazy, dude. I was literally just scrolling and found you. I was just like, I was literally scrolling and found you. I was like, oh, I thought I followed you. My bad. Thank you so much, Olivia, for joining. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, we are just getting this thing started, getting this thing moving, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get in some really good conversation. Well, before we get to any Trump supporters, and that's totally fine. There has been so much to talk about as normal. Crazy how much there is to talk about. Just all the things, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of them. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of them, but I tell you what, I tell you what, okay? I tell you what. Last night was a hell of a live. If you missed it, woo-wee. Last night was a hell of a live, man. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, okay? I'm not trying to toot my own horn. All right. But that was one of the best performances I've ever had. Okay. I'm just saying. And I set the bar quite high for myself. Okay. I set the bar quite high for myself, and that was one of the best performances I've ever had. So if you missed it, you can check it out on my YouTube page. There's a full recording. You can watch the whole thing front to back. But especially when we started getting into some conversations, which took a little bit. That was one of my better performances. So if you miss it, go and check it out. Okay. If you're over on the Clock app and you're not, not following me over there, first of all, do that. Okay. Second of all, go watch it. All right. Tish, it will be coming back. The landscape will be coming back. Okay. Here's the reason why we're just taking a week off. So today, tomorrow, it should be back next week. And the big reason why we're taking that off, okay, is because unfortunately what is happening, Tish, is that all of you awesome, wonderful people who are here that watch me every single day, and you guys are absolutely amazing, are all in my landscape app, right? And then what YouTube thinks is that nobody wants to watch my portrait app. Okay? It thinks that nobody likes it. So it stops sending it out to anybody. All right? And then it completely crashes and completely goes down. So I just have to get it sparked back up again, and that's fine. So right now we're only planning on keeping it down for today and tomorrow, and then we'll go right back to it. So if you guys are missing my landscape live, we will hopefully be back to that on Sunday. And then we'll be able to and then we'll be back over there. So trust me, it will not be gone for a long time. Okay, it will not be gone for a long time. Okay. So thank you, Tish. I appreciate that. All right. So but while you guys are here, if you guys could do me a favor, whenever, no matter which chat you're in or whichever orientation you're in, can you please come in? Can you please hit that like button? Can you say something in the chat? Get the chat moving, all that sort of stuff. If we get it moving fast enough, I might even be inclined to try to bring it up later today on the live. We'll see. I'm not promising anything, okay? But I may be inclined to actually bring it up today. Maybe. Okay. I do have that option. All right. That's just a couple button clicks and we can be in it to win it. Oh my goodness. Absolutely crazy. Guys, we might do it. We might do it. Okay, just give it a second. Just let's warm up over here first. All right. But as you guys are coming in, please double tap the screen, hit the like button, say something in the chat, get this thing moving and going. Yep. And we'll get right on this. I do want to start by saying it's sometimes when you talk politics, when you talk politics in this realm, sometimes it's like you just get to watch the same thing that people had a freaking fit about, right? Something that people had an absolute fit about, right? And then you get to see it happen to their guy and nobody says a word. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And we've been talking about this for a while, right? We've been talking about how Donald Trump is slurring his words. Donald Trump is, walking around like a Roomba, like he doesn't know where he's at, right? And we've had plenty of that since Donald Trump has been president, right? Plenty of it. All right. But today was one that got like specifically on my nerves, right? One that specifically got me because I had to argue against it so many times. And that is that today, the IEA announced that it was going to release 400 million barrels of oil from strategic oil reserves. Do you know how much shit I had to hear about Joe Biden? Joe Biden came in and released the oil reserves. He's the worst president ever. That's why gas prices are so bad, because he released all the oil supply and that made my gas $18 a dozen. And just blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, under the Trump administration, they released those same oil reserves, right? But more of them, right? More of the oil reserves than Biden did. And I don't hear a peep. I don't hear a peep. Nothing. Hell, even the people in the chat right now, the Trump supporters in the chat, they're all talking about Biden. None of them, not a single one of them is here talking about releasing oil reserves just like they did for Biden. Not a single one. I'm watching both of the chats. Not a single person is doing it. Not a single person is complaining. And that's how you know you're in a cult. Okay? That's how you know you're in a cult. If something happens under Biden and it's the worst thing that's ever happened, all right, and then that exact same thing happens under Trump and you don't mind at all, you're in a cult. Congratulations, you're in a cult, okay? And that's okay. There have been tons of people throughout history that have been in cults, right? You had like the Branch Davidians, right? Like you had whoever, Charles Manson followed, right? It's fine. There's those guys from the Key and Peele skit, right? So it's okay. You're not the first one to be like, to be tricked into a cult. It's all right, okay? But just letting you know that none of those people thought they were in a cult while they were in it also. All right? None of those people thought they were in a cult when they were actually in the cult. They didn't realize they were in a cult until later on when they got out of the cult. All right. So if there's like some stages, right? And sometimes there's stages to these things, right? Sometimes you see the stages and the stages are like, first you have the stage of like, oh, this guy's interesting. He talks really, really well. He says some things that are, a little dynamic, you know what I'm saying? A little crazy, but I think he's well-intentioned. And the next thing you know, right? You're, living in Waco, Texas and or buying Trump hats, right? And then it's not until, later on when you look back and you go, wow, I can't believe I was in a cult. So you're in the stage right before the realization, right? Like ATF hasn't quite raided your compound yet. They haven't quite raided your compound yet, all right? But you'll figure it out. We're all looking at you, laughing at you, okay? We're all sitting here just laughing at you right now. All right? And you're going to figure it out. But yes, today they're releasing more of our oil reserves. Gas prices are up. I don't know if you guys actually looked at the job report or not the job report. Well, you should have looked at the job report also, to be completely honest with you. But the actual economics report, and inflation stayed the same. Do you know why inflation stayed the same? Like the overall, CPI, like why it stayed the same? It stayed the same because consumer prices went up and gas prices had been lower. The only thing keeping the CPI down, the whole CPI, right? The whole inflation rate down was gas prices. How do you think that's going to look next month or for this month, right? When they release the report for March, how do you think that's going to look? Just out of curiosity. Because all of that was released before, right? Was calculated before we invaded Iran, right? Before the Strait of Hormuz effectively got sent to a grinding halt, right? And that's why they're dumping all this money from the oil reserves. That's why they're trying to do all this stuff, feeding right into Putin, by the way. Just Putin's loving every bit of his life right now. But regardless, right? What do you think is going to happen when next month's report has all of these raised oil prices? What do you think that's going to do to the inflation rate? Let me give you a hint, okay? It's the opposite of whatever America First is. All right. The opposite of that. whatever America First is in your head, it's the opposite of that. Okay? Yeah, Putin's loving his life right now. Putin's having a whole blast right now. Just feeding directly into everything that he wants. I guess we're just Putin and Netanyahu first now. Interesting. It's kind of like America First, but like the opposite, you know? I guess we just try to do as many things as possible to help Putin be happy. Because Putin's up there going, hold on. So all of the weapons that you guys were selling and giving to Ukraine from us and all the NATO countries and the EU countries, all of those weapons you were giving to Ukraine to help them fight us. Well, now you guys can't give them to them because you need those to fight Iran? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, you're going to encourage us to sell to India, and simultaneously, you're also going to make sure that the price of oil goes up so that I can sell more oil for a higher price and feed my war machine more. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But I thought we didn't like dictators. I thought that was the whole point of this. I thought we didn't like dictators anymore. Or are we just picking and choosing which dictator we like? Maybe we're just picking and choosing which dictator we like. All right. And I'll tell you what it sounds like. I'm not saying, okay, I'm not saying that it is this way exactly, right? But it seems to be, from just my perspective, right? We only like the white dictators. Did you notice that? It seems that we only like the white dictators. Putin, good. Maduro, bad. Khomeini, bad. Viktor Orban, good. Just an interesting thought that it just seems like if the country is full of white people, then we're totally okay with them being a dictator. And if it's full of brown people, then that's a big issue. One that has to be solved immediately. Sounds simple enough to me. Someone asked, is it all about race? I don't know. I'm just making an observation. Okay? I'm just making an observation that when it's Maduro, right, a dictator in a country full of brown people, he needs to be removed immediately. Horrible person. Stick him in prison forever, right? Horrible. Can't stand him, right? Khomeini, oh, let's bomb him. Country full of brown people. Russia, also a dictatorship, right? Also commits human rights violations, also jails political opponents, does all of those things also. Let's invite him to our peace board. That's what it is. Let's invite him to our peace board and see if he wants to hang out a bit, right? Maybe invite him up to Alaska, fly him in, have our troops roll out the red carpet for him. It's at least questionable, right? It's at minimum questionable. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's at minimum, it's a little weird. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's everything. All right, I'm not saying it's the, you know, it's the number one thing. All right, I'm just saying it is something that I noticed. Maybe I'll be proven wrong later. Okay, maybe I'll be proven wrong later. Apparently, Kim Jong-un's not quite brown enough for him, right? So Kim Jong-un, that dude's apparently fine, right? I feel like maybe Putin is holding up that Family Guy like color chart before he decides whether we should take out a dictator or not. Just as he's like, maybe they're just kind of holding that up and being like, take him out. Nope, that one's okay. You guys know which chart I'm talking about, right? Oh my goodness. I will tell you something funny and completely off of world politics for a second, but there was a Florida man who was like, I don't know if he was charged or convicted. I think he was charged with stealing like $600,000 worth of like onions and potatoes. And that's just a super Florida thing. And I just found it very funny. That doesn't even have anything to do with politics. That's just kind of funny to me. I was reading it today and I was reading it today and it just made me laugh. It just made me laugh. I'm in Florida, okay? So I get to laugh at it a bit. Where's my Californians at? Do we got some Californians in the house? Sorry, the phone lines are open. So if you still support Trump for whatever reason that is, you can get a hold of me by calling the number that's above my head and we can have a conversation. Okay. Whenever you're ready. All right. We got some Californians in the house. Do you know that the FBI was actually saying that Iran was going to try to hit California? You know, that's what Kash Patel told Gavin Newsom, that Iran was going to try to hit California. Interesting. First of all, I don't believe anything. So I heard this today. I don't believe anything that old Mortgage Eyes has to say. Okay. Yeah, old Mortgage Eyes. Yeah. Yeah, one eye's fixed rate, the other one's variable. I don't believe anything he has to say at all, okay? I'm pretty sure he probably diagnosed that probably at the Olympic hockey game. But do you think that this was just a scare tactic? Because Iran does not have nobody's confused on this, right? Iran does not have the ability to hit California, right? Iran does not have the ability to hit California. And they were saying, oh, they're going to be launching like off a boat. We're going to let an Iranian boat get that close to California? Is that what's happening? Or have these drones become a lot more capable? No. Sorry. You guys are like, oh, sleeper cells and like all sorts of stuff. No, the intel told them that they were going to launch drones from boats at California. And I'm not 100% sure what Gavin Newsom's reaction to that was, but I assume it was something like, I assume it was something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure. Hello, how are you?
I'm all right.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 75.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Do I what?
Still support Trump?
Oh, yeah. I never voted for anybody before in my whole life. So I voted for President Trump 3 times.
All right. And why do you still support him?
Well, I don't like any of the other politicians since I told you I'm in my 70s. And I sure didn't like Joe Biden. He's kind of a hoodlum. His ass should be in jail. And I sure don't like Obama. How's your mama? He should be in jail too.
Awesome. What should Biden be in jail for?
Well, he's a crook.
Yeah. What should he be in jail for?
Because he's a crook.
Well, sir, you can't just say someone's a crook. You have to actually tell me what they did to be a crook. All right, we're gonna need a sir.
What he does,
sir. I need a little bit more than he's a crook.
Right,
what makes him a crook?
Tomorrow,
I'm not asking about Kamala Harris. What did Biden do to be in prison?
Well, his whole family's a crook.
Cool. Can you please name one thing he should be in jail for?
He's a liar.
Lying, unfortunately, is not illegal. Yeah, if that was illegal, if lying was illegal, Donald Trump would be serving 1.5 million life sentences consecutively. Okay, but lying isn't illegal. You don't throw people in jail for lying unless it's like under oath.
Well, like I said, if you're still around tomorrow, I'll make a list of it. If you want,
I don't need a list. Like just give me one.
What he stole and what his family stole. I mean, he gets so rich.
Sir, I just need one criminal thing he could do. Here, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Okay. No, sir. I'm just gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a quick example, sir. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You still there?
I'm not deaf.
All right, awesome. So I'll give you an example, okay?
An example of what?
Yeah, of like a crime that Biden, you know, like if Biden had done, he could be put in prison for it.
Crooked people.
Right. Yeah. So like if Biden had hold on, sir. I let you speak. I don't know why you're not letting me get a sentence out. Sir, you are in your 70s. Sir, you are in your 70s. First of all, calm down. You're going to have a heart attack. Second of all, okay, you're going to have to get out of the liquor cabinet. Okay? Third of all, sir, I don't know why you won't just let me finish a sentence, okay?
Answer some of my questions.
Sir, I will be happy to answer your question once you let me finish a statement.
I just want to know.
Sir, I will be more than happy. I will be more than happy to answer your question. Sir, you can't hear me and talk at the same time. Okay? You can't hear me and talk at the same time. Okay? It's impossible. So, like I said, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you would like, but I am going to have to be able to finish my statement first, okay?
Oh, all right. Well, hold on a minute. Hold on.
No. So, what I was saying was, say Joe Biden had done something like, I don't know, like signed a bunch of false checks, right? And then gave him to his lawyer saying that they were for like a retainer fee, even though you didn't have a retainer for that lawyer. And then those checks went to like, you know, a porn star, right? To pay her off to keep her mouth shut because you were running an election, you know, and you didn't want the whole world to find out, or you didn't want your like wife to find out, even though I'm pretty sure she already knew, right? So that would be something like falsifying business records, right? And that would make you an actual criminal, right? And that's something you could be thrown in jail for, right? So maybe if Biden did something like that.
Yeah, but did he do that when he was the president? I mean,
I'm sorry, are crimes only crimes when you're the president?
You could do anything you want when you're a civilian.
You think you can commit crimes when you're a civilian?
He never stole my money.
You think you can break laws as long as you're not the president?
I work, and I'm still paying Social Security. and I'm on Social
I'm sorry
Security.
for that, sir. I don't think
That's
you should be.
government.
Did you just say the
Anything
words to
do with
me
the government.
that if you're not president,
don't
you can
care
do
about
whatever
what
you
do when
want,
you're
whatever you want, and
president
therefore you can
and
break,
you're-
whatever laws? Because that's not how laws work, sir.
Fuck the laws. You know that as well as I do. Anytime you want to switch places, I'll give you my address, and then we'll see who's crying.
Sir, I'm
Huh?
sure you have plenty of
Yes,
drinks in the
sir,
cabinet. I'm
nothing.
sure we'd have a
You don't have
great
to
time,
call
sir.
me sir.
But it's really
I
funny
voted
how
for
when it comes to
president.
it's really funny how when it comes to Joe Biden, you're like, he's a crook, he should be in jail. But when it comes to Donald Trump, it's fuck the laws, we don't need them.
Yeah, I voted for somebody that's honest. He never took any of my money.
He never
Not
took
at
any of your
all.
money. He's literally
Never
suing the
took any
American
of my
taxpayer
money.
for tens of
did,
millions
like
of
Joe
dollars.
Biden did.
He's literally taking your
Joe
tax money right now,
Let me
sir.
ask you this. Did you get that shot that Joe Biden sent over here to America? Joe Biden sent that over here.
The
That
shot?
was his friend. Yeah.
Sir, do you know where the
Did you
shot
get the
came
shot?
from?
No, man, I don't get that shit.
Yeah, the shot
get
came
that
from,
shit.
sir, the shot, sir, the shot came from Operation Warp Speed. Okay. That's what sped the advancement of that shot you're talking about. And that Operation Warp Speed was done by Donald Trump. So actually, that shot came from Donald Trump, not from Joe Biden.
Did you vote for Obama? Did you vote for Obama?
Sir, do you have the ability to
about
stay on a
Obamacare?
singular topic
How about
more than 4
Obamacare?
seconds, or are you a goldfish?
Yeah, I don't care. He never
You don't
stole
care if
any
you're
of
a
my
goldfish,
money.
sir? I care if you're
Never
a goldfish.
stole any of my money.
Sir, I
The
care.
Social
Sir, he
Security,
literally,
whoever was in charge,
sir, did you buy
stole
groceries
my
last
money.
year?
And that's not good.
Sir, did
Now,
you buy
like I said,
groceries last year?
Any way you want.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and freaking, sir, did you buy groceries last year?
How much do you make?
All right. Yes, he does. Yeah, I know he bought groceries. Or is liquor considered a grocery?
Probably a crook.
So if liquor is considered a grocery, I am sure he is buying groceries. Well, just let you know, sir, Donald Trump is stealing your money because he cost the average taxpayer literally over $1,000 in just tariffs last year. So every time you bought whatever bottom shelf vodka or whatever that you're drinking right now, that you were charged by the US government a fee for that, okay?
Speaker. So all the senior citizens can hear you. Yeah, I live with a bunch
Did you
of
just
senior
tell me
citizens.
to put
Like I said,
you were going to put me
I'll
on
be
speaker,
70.
sir? I'm literally running a live right now. The whole point of it is that I'm on speaker. That's how this works. It's literally how this works.
did you really vote for him? He had dementia. I guess you don't know what that is, do you?
Sir,
means he doesn't
I
know
think
who the
that
hell
you
he is.
probably know what it is more than any of us.
No, I don't.
I'm pretty
All I
sure you
know is
did.
Joe Biden
I am pretty
is
sure
a
this might be like a takes one to know one type of thing going on, maybe.
No. If you voted for Joe Biden, and what did you get?
All right. Well, this is going swimmingly. I guess these are actually the last MAGA left are 75-year-old drunkards in
What about
nursing
President
homes.
Trump?
Okay.
President
Which
Trump
is where
steal any of
Trump
your
should
money?
be. This is actually
course.
Donald Trump's base, right? This is Donald Trump's base is freaking drunk nursing home patients. It's kind of sad. But sir, I really like I just because your grandkids don't talk to you anymore doesn't really like it's like really my job. Okay. I tried to have like a conversation with you, but I'm sorry. I can never take the place of your kids that don't love you anymore. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next person. Try to get into an actual conversation. Sound good?
Yeah, he was right on with Joe Biden. Slippery Joe.
All
wanted
right,
to
sir.
set
Well,
up
you
like
have
a
a
case of
wonderful evening.
hugging.
Okay.
But I figure
Woo. Cool, guys. We're off to an excellent start over here. We're off to an excellent start.
Hello? You hung up? Why did you hung up, man? Come on now.
That would be why did you hang up, sir? That would be why did you hang up? You can't hung up. Okay? Why did you hang up? Okay? I think he was just lonely. I think he was just lonely, guys. All right. Y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. Please hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't already. I'm going to turn on my fan real quick and we're going to get right back into this. So if you still support Trump, go ahead and call in on that line. I won't be but 2 seconds. All right. Oh, I actually had a call too, and they left just at the second. Oh, there they are. They came back. Hello, how are you?
Are you gonna stop dodging me, dude? Damn.
Who are you?
I am the one that's finally gonna cook you, dude. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Okay, this is already starting to sound like a little sexual, and I'm not sure how to feel about that, sir.
Crap, man.
Yeah, sir, this is starting to sound vaguely sexual already, and I'm not really in the mood for that type of thing, okay?
Okay, well, let's have serious debate then.
Sir, that would require a serious person.
Okay, well, let's do it then.
Well, you start off with I'm dodging you, and I have literally no fucking clue who the hell you are. Let's start with that. Then you want to talk about my ass, which seems kind of weird, right? And then you said you've been waiting a long time for this. All of this sounds very, very strange, sir. Why can't you just come up and say hello like a normal person?
If you're going to hang up and give all the excuses, just do it, man. Because, I mean...
Well, I wasn't going to, sir, but now you're whining over me, and that's just annoying. So okay, I'm just wondering why you can't just say hello like a normal person.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, see, that's how generally like normal people start conversations. Not talking about my ass and how they're gonna cook me or weird shit like that, right? They usually just say, "Hello, how are you today?" And then I go, "Awesome, how old are you?" And then we ask that question, and then we go to like, why do you still support Trump? And we just move on with that. You just cut to like a bunch of really weird shit. Okay.
Can we do that?
Oh, sir, I can't make you unweird. I'm pretty sure your parents would have had to have done that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so why I support Trump is he's actually doing what he said he was going to do. One example, the border, right? The border is so secure now. We haven't had one illegal immigrant come through the border.
That is so incredibly factually false.
Show me one statistic that you can pull up.
Yeah, Council for Immigration Studies, Pew Research Center, the CDC, literal freaking Department of Homeland Security's website, literally all of those things, including Department of Homeland Security's website. Sir, you said you wanted to have a conversation, okay? And what I'm not going to do here is sit here and yell over you, okay? I'm not going to do that this whole time. You said name one person, one thing that says that one undocumented immigrant has come over, and you can literally cite freaking CBP.
Yeah, I said give me a source after you said that there's multiple sources, but I said give me one title of a source, please.
One title of a source?
I can look it up very quick. Yeah, give me.
Why don't you just look it up then?
What you're saying is true. Huh?
Why didn't you look it up before you started making comments, sir? Why am I your research agency?
Well, you're the one that's making the claim, so I'm just asking.
No, actually, you're making the claim. You're making the claim that
you're the one that says.
No, sir, you're making the claim that zero undocumented immigrants have entered the country. Yeah, can you back that with a source?
I'm asking you to prove that source.
No, I'm asking you to prove yours. How about this? You prove yours, I'll prove mine.
Well, you've already said that my stance is wrong.
And you've already said that my stance is wrong. Cool.
No, I haven't. I'm just asking you to prove your.
Okay, well, I'll ask you to prove you prove your source, and then I will counter that with a freaking source back. Not a problem.
Buddy, come on, man. I already got you. I already won this.
Yeah, dude, you won so hard. How about this?
Can you
How about this?
please
This is
show me
super
your
easy.
source?
You won so hard. Okay, you're winning so much.
won.
You're winning.
already
You're
won
doing
this
so
one.
much winning, sir. Now that you've won, can you please give me that source?
No, I'm gonna wait on you. I've already.
All right. Well, then
I've already
you can go.
interrupted,
You can
sir.
leave. I really don't care.
Oh my gosh! Look at him, y'all. He's gonna bring up.
All right. I'm already done with this loser. Literally, Donald Trump's own government has gone against his words, saying that 0 undocumented immigrants have come through. Literally, you need a source. It's literally Donald Trump's own Customs and Border Protection. Okay? And if you need to look that up, all right, if you need to look that up, you can at any point in time. Just to let you know, guys, as soon as someone comes up here and goes, oh, you're going to kick me, the second that those words come out of their mouth, just to let you know, they are very, very short for this world on my live. Okay? If you come up saying that, I already know that you do not have a willingness to actually have a genuine conversation, and I'm going to ignore you almost immediately. All right? Because you're not an actual serious person. But if you're so dumb as to believe that 0 undocumented immigrants have come into this country, then I don't even have a conversation with you. Do you have a source?
Bro, stop running.
No source? All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next person. Thank you. If you're so dumb as to think 0 undocumented immigrants have come into this country, then I don't have anything to help you with. Okay? I got nothing for you, man. It just must be rough living your life, or it may be really awesome. It might be actually kind of awesome to be living your life. I'm not sure. You think it's just awesome to just be out there, you know, just being just dumb? Is that what it is? It's still him. Do you have a source yet?
I'm sorry. Let's just have a serious debate.
All right, do you have a source?
Yeah, I'll be mature.
Yep. Do you have a source?
Yes, I'll pull up one right now. Give me one.
All right, we'll call back once you've pulled it up, okay? Anyways. Anyways, I'll talk to you when you have a source, okay? By the way, just thought I'd throw this out here. While that guy's trying to figure it out, this right here, I'm going to put this up. This is the quote from the acting commissioner of the CBP. All right. Oop, I lost something. I need something over here. There it is. This is a quote from the acting CBP commissioner. Okay. Under the leadership of this administration, CBP has received historic support, resulting in another 93% decrease in illegal crossings along the southwest border this month when compared to last year. All right. Hello?
All right, I'm ready for you.
All right. What's your source, sir?
The source is Newsweek, and the article name is Trump says no migrants have entered in place.
So is this saying anything else besides Trump said it?
Well, no, it's also backed up by the federal authorities as well.
The federal authorities? Which federal authorities?
Sure, it's going to be the Border Patrol.
Awesome. Because I just read a literal quote from the acting head of Customs and Border Protection who said the opposite of that.
Okay, can you give me the source, please?
Yeah, it's literally right here. Under the leadership, it's a literal press release from Customs and Border Protection that said, under the leadership of this administration, CBP has received historic support, resulting in another 93% decrease in illegal crossings along the southern border this month when compared to last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So a 93% decrease is about 7% less than a 100% decrease. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So therefore, it has not
So you
been
could
zero.
say,
What Donald Trump is actually, let me just go ahead and correct you, sir.
A 93% increase is pretty good. Would you agree on that?
Oh, if I believed that stat, it would be amazing, right? That would be awesome. All right.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
not
just that
it's
you
not
don't
backed
believe.
up by anything. But okay, that would be really, really awesome. Okay. Because
So
here's
your
the deal.
source is not valid?
What Donald Trump was actually trying to say when
Your
he
source
said
is not valid, is what you're saying?
what?
You're saying your source is not valid. The 93% is not a valid source, what you're saying?
Oh no, I don't believe that statistic because it's not backed up by any data. Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's just
The
not even
data
a real
actually
source
says it's
then.
much
Okay,
higher. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, but I
probably
didn't
was
need to
higher.
prove. I didn't need to prove much higher in order to beat you in this argument, right? Because your argument
just
was
proved
that
that source is no
zero
good
people
by your
entered, sir.
stance. Your
Because your
stance is
argument,
that source is no
sir.
good.
Hello. Because, sir, your argument was zero. So literally anything more than zero, all I had to do was prove one undocumented immigrant came in the country, and your argument's already fried. So let me explain to you what Donald Trump was actually trying to say when he claimed that zero undocumented immigrants had entered the United States. See, because Donald Trump is not all in his right mind, he doesn't actually remember the statistics that he's actually told and just repeats them incorrectly, okay? Because the statistic that they're trying to claim is, okay, they're trying to claim that it was zero people that were undocumented immigrants that were released into the United States by Customs and Border Protection. Okay, that doesn't mean that there was zero that entered the United States. It was just zero that were let in.
So that's a good thing. So you agree with that, and then is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that's their claim. I'm just saying that your claim and what the actual claim from Customs and Border Protection and the actual and what Donald Trump said are two completely different things. We haven't gotten into whether that's good, whether that's bad, whether I believe it or not.
Well,
that's just
theory?
the claim versus, before the argument,
Well, do you think it's good that Border Patrol is doing what they're doing for the border? I haven't even got there. I don't know your stance. So, what is your opinion on that? What's your opinion on Border Patrol? And remember,
just Border Patrol. I think Border Patrol as long as they're, following the law, following the Constitution. I think that having a strong border is important. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can agree there. That's a great. I'm glad we can agree on something. We agree that strong border is a thing. Now, why do we disagree that Donald Trump isn't doing it the right way?
Because Donald Trump isn't doing anything extra for the border. Yeah. Actually, Donald Trump specifically stopped legislation that would have added extra things to the border, right? Like there was, like the Biden administration had a whole bunch of money going to the border, money for a border wall, money for more border technology, more Border Patrol agents, more patrolling across the border. All of these things, sir, please, I swear it is so much easier to respond to me if you let me finish my sentence.
I didn't hear you. You said Biden?
Under the Biden administration, yes.
Okay.
If you want to be specific, it was written by a tripartisan group of senators led by Senator Langford out of Oklahoma, which is, again, sir, do you have like some type of self-control issue? Do you have some type of self-control issue?
Sure. Okay.
No, not sure. Sir, don't be sorry. Be better.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Actually, I was trying to say, it is a tripartisan group of senators, actually headed by Senator Langford, who's actually a Republican out of Oklahoma, and at the time was rated the fourth most conservative senator in the United States Senate. And they wrote a bill that would have added all of this stuff to it. Okay. And Trump specifically called down to a bunch of senators, told them to block the bill because he didn't want Biden to fix the border. And since then, Donald Trump hasn't done anything to actually remedy that or to bring that type of stuff back. He's added a bunch of money to things like CBP. He's added a whole bunch, not to CBP, sorry. He's added a bunch of money to things like ICE. He's made ICE like funded, at the same level as like the IDF, like the Israeli military. I think it would be like the 8th largest military in the world, right? Because Donald Trump's priority is actually not securing the border. Donald Trump's priority is actually trying to remove people that are already here.
Sure. So your statement was it was down 93% than last year. So if it was down 93% more than last year, why did Biden spend more on Border Patrol? Why did he spend more? If we are at a 93% rating, better than last year, why did Biden spend more on Border Patrol? That's a question I have.
Because I already said that stat is inaccurate. Okay.
Okay, so
I already said that stat is inaccurate because what?
Can we go off an accurate stat that you believe? So
well, sir, it's just an understanding of the statistic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to have a statistic that we can go based off of that you believe that the Border Patrol are actually putting out.
Right. So it's an understanding of the statistic. Do you know what they're using to calculate that 93%?
Sure. Tell me.
Okay, cool. What they're using is the stopping of asylum seeking in the United States, right? So what they're using is the fact that they have completely shut off asylum seeking, which is legal, right? And then all of those asylum seekers who did cross the border, right, illegally, because according to US asylum law, they do have to cross the border illegally in order to be a legal migrant, right? So they stopped all of those asylum seekers, didn't let any of them in, and now are claiming, hey, there's been this huge reduction in people that are crossing the border undocumented, when in reality, all they've done is stop legal migration, right? And so if you want to use that 93% stat, what you're really just saying is you're just against legal migration. And I think that's where we have a bigger problem, or the biggest difference in ideology, because I don't believe that we should be shutting off legal migration in this country.
Well, I don't think we've jumped to legal migration yet. I think we're still on illegal. So let's not.
No, we are, because you're asking about that 93% stat, and that 93% stat is almost wholly
illegal immigrants.
Sir, no, it's about people that crossed the border undocumented.
No. Yeah, okay, so we're talking exactly. Thank you.
Sir,
okay,
you can be a legal migrant here and cross the border illegally.
Dude, you are really messing up, brother.
I am not, sir. I just have a general understanding of the way our immigration system works, and you don't. And so because you don't have an understanding of what I'm saying.
So you have already agreed that you're for Border Patrol. And you've already admitted Biden spent more than what Trump has done. So
no, I did not.
Can you answer one question?
Sure, but that's not what I said.
Border Patrol. Why is it that there is less migration happening in America?
Yeah, sure. That's a great answer. Now, first of all, I did not say that the Biden administration spent more. I said the Biden administration attempted to spend more, right? But they weren't able to because Trump stopped them from being able to do it. So let's be clear there. Okay. So that's not what I said. Second of all, you're asking why there's a reduction in migration. Yeah, there's a reduction in migration, primarily because people that are coming here legally are being freaking not allowed in legally. And even worse, people that came here legally are being put in concentration camps. They're being separated from their children. They're being sent to foreign countries that they're not from. So pretty much he has scared people by treating people inhumanely to not come here even legally.
So you have already admitted just in your statement right there that we didn't need to spend all that money to achieve what we needed to achieve for the border. I'm glad we can.
Correct. We just had to be more inhumane to people. Yeah.
No, it's about doing their job.
It's not about doing their job, sir. Apparently you didn't hear the words that I just said. So maybe if we use 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? Because we were made for listening more than we're talking. Sir, this is where you're doing talking more than listening. Okay?
Okay.
Be quiet.
Do you remember back?
All right, I'll just shut you up then because I'm really getting tired of being cut off. Sir, what I said was, okay, we are treating people inhumanely, specifically legal migrants, by building concentration camps for them, sending them to fucking torture prison, and imprisoning children. Okay? And when you do that to people, yes, it stunts migration. You are 100% correct. Okay. You know what? Germany in the 1930s also didn't have a very high level of migration. Okay. Weren't big fans of migrants coming in. Okay. But just because it helped fix the migration problem doesn't make it good. Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you think we have
You do a lot of asking and a lot of not responding.
Well, I'm listening, but you're saying a lot of just not saying anything, really, to be honest.
It's funny. I'm saying nothing. Everybody else hears me saying stuff. Do you think maybe it's just your comprehension skills?
I think I think I'm.
How about you respond to the words I
Okay,
just
right.
said?
Sure. You're just making lies at this point. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know where to pick you off at. You keep switching up and going to different points, so it's
Cool. Tell me one
kind of
lie I made.
ridiculous. Yeah. Well, you said your statistics weren't good, so that's where we started off.
No, sir,
with
what
bad
I just
statistics
said,
from
the
this
words that
conversation.
just came out of my mouth, the last statement that I made, can you please tell me what I said that was a lie?
Yeah, that Border Patrol is actually not down.
That's not a thing that I said in the fucking slightest. That's not even a statement I have made in this entire conversation. Okay?
Well, I'm glad you haven't, because that would be a false statement.
Yeah, sir, but that shows that you're not listening to a single word of this conversation at all. What I'm thinking that you're doing is I think that you're making up your own conversation in your head, and then you're arguing that conversation against me as if I'm making it. Okay? And that's
that
fine.
what you do?
I understand that maybe you don't have either the comprehension skills or the knowledge base or any of those things to be able to have this conversation with me, sir. But see, here's why this conversation isn't going to keep going this way, because it's a waste of time. Okay, because I am actually explaining to you things that are actually happening in the United States. If you have something to combat the things that I'm saying, then I am more than happy to listen to the things that you're saying. Okay, but you're not combating anything I'm saying. All you're doing is arguing points that I haven't made. Okay, so I'm going to move on to somebody that hopefully has a a little bit better of an idea of what they're talking about. Okay.
He's a runner.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
A lot better now that that last guy is gone. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, especially if you're new here. If you guys like support, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I had one of those. I'll hit it after this caller. Thank you so much, whoever sent that. And also trying to clear out my gift gallery. I have the little whale diving over here. I'm trying to clear that one out. So if you like support, really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hello, sir. So how old are you?
39.
Oh my God. And I picked the worst time to do that. You said 39, sir.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. When's that?
Well, it's a long story. I believe he supports America more than Democrats do. I think he's on the side that believes that humans are good. I think fundamentally Democrats don't think humans are good for the planet. They want less people. So as a result, they promote gay ideology and trans ideology to limit the population, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Oh, gotcha. So all of that is just you're worried about other people's genitals.
I'm actually worried about the fabric of our country. This is
White
our
nationalism.
population.
That's good.
It has an impact on our population, and if 25 to 30% of our new generation isn't able or does not want to reproduce, it's a bad thing for our country.
You know who else doesn't want to reproduce? Is straight couples in the United States right now. Birth rates are incredibly down among straight people. Do you know why that is?
Because all we want to do is support trans and gay people.
Incorrect. Actually, what's the number one? Actually, what's the number one thing that drives birth rates?
Money.
Correct. The economy, right? So when people have more money, they have more kids, right? So that's why when we see things like 5 of the last 12 months, we've had job losses, right? Like just last month, we had 92,000, right? When we see higher inflation, when we see higher gas prices due to choice wars, right? Like all of these things, consumer prices being up again in February, right? When you see all of these things, what you're actually promoting when you support somebody like Donald Trump is actually people having less money in their pocket. And when they have less money in their pocket, you're actually supporting lower birth rates. So if you actually cared, okay, about the higher birth rates, you wouldn't support Republicans, because I believe it was 9 of the last 10 recessions have happened under Republican presidents.
Democrats support abortion, which kills millions.
Sir, can you respond to anything I just said?
It's completely irrelevant because of what I just said.
Sir, you and I both came to an agreement, okay, that the economy is the number one driver of birth rates. So why, if you care about birth rates, which is what you said, why would you not support presidents that care more about the economy, that care more about creating jobs, that care more about higher wages in order to increase the birth rate?
I think both sides have an approach to putting money in pockets, and I think Republicans generally are on the side of lower taxes, and the Democrats are on the side of higher taxes. And I think we've got an accountability crisis in our country where Democrats and people who support Democrats are on welfare and live on welfare, and that's their entire life. And I think they've got to get off the dole, be Americans, stand up. And, it's been long enough since civil rights. Affirmative action's been a thing, and it's on the downslide now. It's time to stand up and get off the government dime. And I think Republicans are the ones that are generally more on that side than the Democrats, who would rather have people dependent on the government.
That's actually quite funny that you say that, right? Because if you actually look at the per capita rates when it comes to things like social programs, right? Per capita rates actually show that red states have higher percentages of people on social programs than blue states do, right? And people in those red, especially in rural red counties, who tend to be more rural and white, right? They actually are some of the highest benefactors when it comes to those social programs, not people in blue states, right? But nobody is trying to create some some welfare state or to have people that are completely dependent on the government. Nobody is on the left is trying to do that. Actually, the exact opposite, right? What they're trying to do is give people the ability and the power to be able to get off of those programs, because they need those programs in order to survive, in order to be able to get jobs and stuff like that, right? Like I just heard someone say it not that long ago, right? You can teach a man to fish, but if he's starving before he gets out there, he's not going to learn how to fish as well, right? So it's about building people up and allowing people to do that. But when you see the people that actually sit on it, it's more in red states than it is actually in blue states. Not to mention Donald Trump is purposefully raising your taxes right now with tariffs.
Pick a red state and tell me if you know, or maybe we can look it up, how many people died of hunger in those red states. And the reason I ask that question is because I don't know if hunger is a leading cause of death in places where they don't give out the food stamps. People find the food, and I think there is a balance that needs to be had. I think we need to help the people who can't help themselves, but I think there's a lot of people, welfare queens and people who are faking disability and all kinds of phonies out there, and it's we've let it happen as a society. We've let it happen, and it's something that we have to address. Otherwise, we're going to get taken down by it, I believe.
Yep. So if we actually look at the food insecurity rate, which I can actually put up on the screen, not a problem.
No, that's not the statistic I'm asking for.
You want to know the exact amount of people that died of starvation? So you're gonna have to look that one up yourself, okay?
Well, the reason I'm asking you here is because
you know what food insecurity means.
You're saying that these people are going to go hungry, and they're not going to go hungry.
No, they are going to go hungry, sir. There's a difference between going hungry and dying of hunger. Are they?
Tell me where they are.
I'm trying to, sir, but I tried to bring it up and you tried to change the subject. Yeah.
No, you tried
food insecurity rate, freaking in Mississippi, 19.4%, right? Alabama, 17.5%, Tennessee, 15.6%, Arkansas, 19.3%, Texas, 17.6%, right? As opposed to places like California, 13.7%, 14 for Oregon, 13 for Washington. If we go over here, 14 for New York, right? New Jersey, 11%, Delaware, 13, right?
7% what?
Food insecurity rate. West Virginia bumps back up to almost 16.
So you say food insecurity. I'm talking about that's a bullshit statistic. Deaths, count the deaths, because if there aren't deaths, that's the real statistic.
Why do we have to wait for people to be fucking dead before we care if they're starving?
I'm just saying, are they there?
Sir, you're making the argument that we should wait and find out if people die first before we start freaking worrying about whether they're hungry.
I'm saying we already know. We've already done the experiment, and we see in red states that these people are not dying in mass. And if you find a statistic that's otherwise, then show me. But people can find their own food. They can work. They're not helpless. I believe in them.
People usually find their own food by crime. Yeah, people aren't helpless. They just steal shit, right? The number one driver of crime in the United States or in the world is poverty.
And they should go to jail.
Right. So we're going to starve them out by not allowing them to have social programs. We're going to underpay them, which red states do. Then we're going to starve them out by not giving them social programs. And then we're going to, which is going to create crime, which means that we are then going to put them in jail, which means that we end up paying for their food anyway, because now they're in prison. Doesn't it make more sense to just pay for their food before they go to prison instead of after?
You're killing their soul, and they're not going to be any further ahead.
Sir. The argument that you are making, listen, hello. The argument that you are making is that we should not feed people so that they end up in jail, so we feed them.
No, other people need to feed them. The people who get tax cuts need to donate and to their church, be a part of their community.
Oh.
We need to bring something like this to the community level and help our homeless people. If someone shows up at my door and says, "Hey man, I need some bread. I'm starving." I'm going to give that to him.
Oh, so I guess you agree that we should be letting in more undocumented immigrants then?
Of course not.
Well, no, that's people literally showing up to our doorstep saying they're hungry and needing a handout. So
well, that's not a reason to, it might be a reason to give them a slice of bread. It doesn't mean let them live with me.
Oh, gotcha. So we should only feed people when it comes to your house. Sir, if churches were doing their fucking job, okay, then we wouldn't have, again, the Bible Belt being the highest levels of food insecurity in the country.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying food insecurity. I need to, and that's, I think, by design, because there's less welfare programs. And I don't think you're digging deep enough to you need to find a better statistic, and that is deaths. If there aren't deaths related to hunger in red states, then your argument is
sure as fuck don't. No, I think not only do I not think I need to pull up a better stat.
No, why no?
Sir, I'm in the middle of answering your question. Okay. Not only do I need to find the deaths, but I find it actually morally reprehensible and absolutely disgusting, okay, that you think that we do. All right. When 1 in 5 children in the United States, okay, don't know where their next meal is coming from. Okay. I don't need to wait to find the deaths. Let's thank goodness. Oh, sir, I'm talking. Thank you. We do not need to wait till people die. Luckily, okay, we have things like crime and stealing, and luckily people are able to scrape together meals. Maybe they pull it out of someplace. But the fact that we live on the richest nation in the planet and we have freaking that high of food insecurity rates in this country, no, sir, I don't think that deaths is a valid fucking claim towards this. And the fact that you want me to look that up shows us just exactly why we shouldn't be letting churches fix our food problem.
Such a fake outrage. It's so funny.
No, sir, I'm not outraged at all. You're just a disgusting human being. Fortunately for me, I talk to disgusting human beings for hours every day. Okay. So you don't outrage me anymore. Okay.
Well, if you sound a little irked.
Sir, if I wanted to ask you what, you thought about my feelings, I would. Okay. But I don't care. Yeah.
So sassy.
Sir, are you trying to get in my pants or something?
Nah.
Because I'm not interested, sir. I've had much better offers by literally almost anyone. Okay. Trust me, I would never let somebody get in my pants who doesn't care about starving children. Okay. So, but I do understand that this is why you guys over there in Republican land like to constantly be crashing Grindr.
Show me the deaths, dude. Where are the deaths of hunger? If people are hungry with less welfare.
You want to talk about all the people that died due to Donald Trump shutting down USAID? We can talk about that.
Show me the end result. What's the end result?
Yeah, a lot of people died.
I mean,
yeah. that is the end result. A lot of people across the world died. Yeah.
And you don't believe these people can do it themselves, and you take away their soul. You know, when you put your hand on the scale.
So what you're saying
what
is you think that people are purposefully not eating?
No, I think they'll eat less, and they'll eat less often if they have less money. I think that's a fact, right? And they'll cut down. And I think we've got one of the highest calorie-rich diets among all developed countries, and I'm sure you could check the exact number, whatever it is. But there's plenty of good food and junk. And, you know, there are people who need handouts that can't help themselves. You know,
Christianity at its finest, Sean. Christianity as its finest. I remember my favorite Bible verse, y'all. It said, I forget which book it in. It said, they were hungry and I fed them, but first I made sure they weren't being lazy. Okay. And yeah, maybe they had less food, but I mean, really the rest of the country had super high calorie diets. So really I didn't care about them. Then actually I took the food back because fuck them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Why should poor people eat? I don't remember was that one of the parables? I can't, maybe that was somewhere in like 2 Timothy or something, where it was something like that, where it said Jesus, you know, fed the crowd with loaves of bread and fish. And then actually he took it all back because that's socialism. And we really should have just let them starve, because then they would have learned to get their own food.
Jesus said, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime.
Yeah. And guess what? Social programs help teach people how to fish. That's what they do. They give people the ability to be able to get up in the morning and to go fucking fishing and to be able to fucking learn.
You don't understand the metaphor.
Sir, I understand the metaphor because I've actually read my Bible, okay? As opposed to you, okay? I've actually read my Bible. I completely understand the metaphor. First of all, it wasn't a metaphor. It was a parable, and there's a difference, okay? So let's start there.
Great.
Cool.
It will teach me something. What was that last part? I want to learn. What is it?
No, you don't, sir. You want to be a piece of shit, and honestly, I'm kind of tired of hearing it.
All right. You can hang up on me. I don't give a fuck.
I'm sure you don't, sir.
You're very condescending.
No, I just have a very low tolerance for shitty people.
But you've been like this.
No one fucking cares. Shut the fuck up and get off my life. Anyways, y'all, we're going to keep this thing going. We've just had wonderful callers calling in today. This is being just great. Gloria, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Or so $20 over on of the app over there. Said, keep up the good work. Love you. Thank you so much, Gloria. That's very, very sweet. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I have to go through some super chats. True, thank you so much for the $5 super chats. I didn't know they allowed moonshine in nursing homes. He definitely snuck that in. 100%. He snuck that in. All right. He was on one. Not that guy, the guy before. Y'all missed it. It's Mark said, I love you, Polly. Thank you so much, it's Mark. I appreciate that. Mortimer says, this guy ironically sounds like Biden. The guy before, I thought that earlier too. And he was like, I was like, he does kind of sound like Biden. That was actually kind of weird. You don't want to, yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the girl power, the happy poop, the flower. Corey, thank you for the happy poop. Tad, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, great replacement people in Excels are the same level of dumb. This dude probably makes $40K a year and is worried about taxes on the rich. Yeah, again, it's just teaching people, right? Like that they're somehow better than other people, right? That their like whiteness and their like, you know, proximity makes them somehow better than brown people, even though they've made nothing of their lives. Right? It really, really is sad. Thank you so much, Tad. Stacy, thank you so much for the $2. Said being poor is not a moral failure. This is gross. I don't understand where people like literally people like that idiot will literally support somebody like Donald Trump, who gives giant tax cuts to people like Elon Musk, right? Who give giant tax cuts to people like Elon Musk, but then complain about poor people being able to eat. It is the most wild, most sad thing that I've like ever seen. Like, oh, we need lower taxes for rich people so that, you know, Jeff Bezos can afford his fourth island, right? But we can't make sure kids can eat. And we can't give out like schools lunches. And then on top of all of that, they claim to be Christians, right? On top of that, they claim to be Christians, right? Like I left Christianity a long time ago, all right? A long time ago, long time ago, all right? But I'll tell you, it was a lot more of the people that made me leave than anything else. It's people like him, okay, that made me really start questioning why I was a part of this to begin with. So, just saying. And again, like I said to that person, if churches were doing their job, then we wouldn't be in this predicament to begin with. Okay? If churches were doing what the Bible taught them to do when it came to poor people and when it came to immigrants, then we wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. Right? We just wouldn't be. Church, Bible has a lot of problems. Whole shit ton of them. Bunch of them. Okay? Whole crap load. All right? But it did say very specifically, make sure you feed the poor and take care of the immigrants. It's like step one. It's like one of the first steps. It's crazy. Oh my God. Holy shit. Sorry. I have to do something real quick. Jesus Christ. Hey, I made a joke there. Jesus Christ. Bitsy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said I enjoy your live. Thank you so much, Bitsy. And Sneakerheads, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that also. That was very, very sweet of you. We are going to wait for our next Trump supporter, see if we can get some more conversations going. We had some good conversations last night. The ones today have been kind of well, interesting to say the least. They've been interesting to say the least. I'm not really sure about how we're I'm not super sure about how they've been today. And yesterday we actually had some good conversations. But you know, it all started with actually having that first lady up that actually just, you know, talked like a human being. That's where it all started. Sorry, I'm trying to do something real quick. I meant to actually do this a little bit earlier. You meant to do. All right, cool. I think we got that going. All right, y'all. If you guys still support Trump, you guys can call in on the number above my head. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you'd like to support the live, I've already said all that stuff, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, they're all at Polypolitics, just like my name. So I really appreciate you guys on that. I am bringing up this other little thing over here. Maybe. Let's give it a shot. I don't know if actually I can. Oh, I actually can't. Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, never mind. I was going to bring up the landscape live, but apparently it won't let me. Apparently it won't let me, which is unfortunate. Unfortunately, it won't let me. But I was going to give it a shot. I was going to give it a shot. All right. Anyways, what was I going to talk about? Sorry, I got sidetracked over here for a second. Ern actually said, is the landscape live be coming back? I was actually going to get it started halfway through the live, but apparently it won't let me do that. So it'll probably come back either tomorrow or Sunday. It will come back. But like I said before, the only reason that it went down is because we just weren't having any activity on this live, and I need to bring you guys all back over into this one so that this one actually shows stuff, because while you guys all hang out in that landscape live, the portrait live is where I get all my guests from generally. They all come, like, that's where they all call in from. It's from the portrait live. So when the portrait live doesn't have anybody in it, then we don't get guests. So I needed this to spark up a little bit, so we were actually getting some stuff or some people in here, but I will try to bring it back up. If not tomorrow, then Thursday. Oh, this is funny. Sorry, I just got a weird notification. But thank you so much, Earnside. Disassociate, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said Polly, go the fuck away. You're a bad person. Also, Poot, Polly 2 seconds later. Oh my God, thank you all so much for tuning into the stream. Oh yeah, y'all aren't the bad people. Y'all aren't the bad people. That's them. Y'all are cool. I like y'all. And thank you so much, Shush, for the gifted membership too. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Marika, thank you so much for the $25. Huge W's to chat for that. Said, you have been on fire. Keep up the amazing work. Oh, thank you so much, Marika. Big W's to chat for Marika and Shush and everybody else. Apparently, Reuters is reporting that all the white South Africans are actually going back to South Africa. Which is fucking hilarious. I don't know what else to say about that, dude. Sorry, we have to bring that up. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they got here and they were like, actually, South Africa was better, yo. Oh. I'm trying to find it. This isn't even the article I was looking at, but it's just a funny thing on the Daily Beast. And it says, friggin' white South African refugees choose to head home instead of living under Trump. Oh my God. Donald Trump said they were being genocided. That's what he said. He said they were being genocided, and the white South Africans were like, nah, it's better than here, big dog. Like I'll go back over there, man. Heather, thank you so much for the whale diving. Thank you so much. There's Jeff for Heather with the whale diving. We only have 2 more gifts left in the gift gallery over there. Jess, I think this is the hand hearts and the meteor shower. So if you guys like to support, thank you so much. But huge thanks to chat for Heather for getting me one step closer to clearing that gift gallery. Thank you so much. I gotta go down this article real quick. Hold on. I know I gotta bring up the phone number again, or people won't be able to see it. The Trump administration's crusade to save white South Africans from stop persecuting is backfiring. Instead of embracing his invitation to America, growing numbers of those same patriots are buying one-way tickets home, delusioned by the violence, fear, and brutality in the United States and Trump's United States. They're literally saying in here that the violence, fear, and brutality in the United States is just worse than South Africa. It's just better to go back. That's freaking wild, dude. That's so wild. I'm sorry. It's so funny. This remember when Donald Trump used to talk about those shithole countries? We're the shithole country now. We're the actual shithole country now. That's sad. Maybe I should get a move to South Africa. I've never been there. Maybe I should look into it. Apparently it's better there. Apparently it's better there. I mean, it's racist there, but it's racist here, right? So like, yeah, we should force them to stay here. That's what we should do. That's the punishment they should get. The punishment for the white South Africans should be we force them to get here. Nope, you're here now. You don't get to leave. This is a prison of your own choosing. You better go ask Elon for some help. Oh my goodness. Sorry. That shit makes me laugh. And Andrew Vick, who left South Africa for California, told Reuters he no longer feels safe in Trump's America. People are being shot in broad daylight. American citizens are being shot and killed, said the 53-year-old. He plans to return to South Africa this year, joining a wave of repatriations driven by disillusionment with the country that once promised security. I don't want to live in a place like this, if I told the outlet. South Africa, which Trump once accused of persecuting whites, now finds itself welcoming thousands back. South Africa's government says there is no evidence of racial discrimination against whites, and newly relaxed laws have prompted an online rush. 12,000 expatriates have checked their eligibility to reclaim their citizenship since November. Since November. 12,000's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's like a mass migration. That's like a mass migration, man. That's funny. We're doing great, guys. We're doing great, guys. We're doing awesome. Y'all, if you guys still support Trump, you guys can call it on the phone number above my head. I know you guys are scared. It's okay. You guys can come on in. I'm actually usually pretty nice. Tell you you're just a bad person. Talk about starving children. Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Said, oh yeah, oh my God. You say, oh my God, I naturally say yes, my son. So funny enough, my best friend in high school. So I actually went to a Christian school. This is actually a real story. I went to a Christian school, and in one of the plays we did, right, like in like a theater plays, whatever, he played God in the play, right? And for the rest of the time in high school, anytime someone said, oh my God, that's exactly what he would do. He would say, yes, my son. Every single time. Every literal single time. True story. Shush, make sure I mentioned this earlier. Shush, if you're not in the Discord, make sure you put in a ticket to get mod space access so you know the mod rules, because there are mod rules. You can't just be like going crazy over there, all right? There's rules to this. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
How old?
Yes. How many years have you been on this wonderful planet of ours?
46.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I was crazy enough to vote for him, but I have doubts now.
Now you have doubts?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have doubts before?
I thought he was a peacemaker, but that's not what we've seen right now.
What peace had he made when you voted for him?
He didn't. I don't support him anymore.
No, I'm saying when you voted for him, he hadn't created any peace. So
Yeah, I was stupid enough to vote for him, and I'm seeing that right now, and I'm just getting this opportunity to come clean and say it right in front of everybody.
hey, well, you know what? Good for you for coming clean. About 16 months late on realizing that Donald Trump doesn't have the ability to negotiate his way out of a paper bag.
Yes.
And the art of the deal was a lie, but hey, at least you're here now, right? But I'm gonna move on, see if we can get another Trump supporter here, man. I hope you have a good one, okay? Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, how old are you?
How old are you?
How old are you?
Sir. Yes.
All right. Yep. Already done with that conversation. Yep. Already over that one. I just said I can't figure out how to find you on Discord. I'm dumb. The link is in my link tree in my bio to my Discord server. And then when you join the Discord server, put in there that you're a mod, and then you'll get access to the mod side of that Discord. And then you can see all the rules and stuff. It's in there. Okay. It's in there. I promise you it's in there. If you can't find it, get with Corey or Tatted or somebody. They know where it's all at too. And speaking of Tatted, thank you so much for the $5. Said USA to racist for people that gave up apartheid 20 minutes ago. Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? They've been out of our apartheid for like 12 minutes and they're already like, USA's worse. That's crazy. Hello, how are you?
Hi, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I actually still do.
Okay, why is that? Thank you so much, Tatted.
Well, for various reasons. One, the United States has become safer since he took office.
We literally have FBI telling California they might get attacked.
What do you mean?
I mean, old mortgage eyes, one fixed, one variable. Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, briefed California that there was a possibility that Iran was trying to attack California. Thank you so much for that fireworks. Thank you so much.
That just sounds like being preemptive in the possibilities of something that might happen. But overall, the crime is down in all of America by like a lot.
Sir, why do I care about crime rates being down when we're literally under the possibility of attack by a foreign adversary?
Possibility. So that makes it even more sense why he went and destroyed them before they destroyed us.
No. The possibility came up after he attacked them.
So they haven't been chanting death to America?
Yeah, of course they have.
10?
But they weren't trying to attack California, and now they are.
So do you think their capabilities are better now or before?
If they're trying to attack California, obviously it's better. We're definitely not safer.
Okay.
They've been chanting death to America longer than I've been alive, sir. That doesn't really have much of, doesn't really mean too much to me, to be completely honest with you.
Well, okay. So if someone threatened your life, would you take that threat seriously, or it depends on?
I didn't say we shouldn't take it seriously. There's a big,
serious, right?
sir. We took it serious the whole time.
How many times did they threaten the sitting U.S. president of assassination? Should the U.S.
probably
president take
every
that
time
or not seriously?
Probably. I didn't say they shouldn't take it seriously. I 100% listen, sir. 100% we should take it seriously. There is a lot of leeway in between take it seriously, okay, and go and start bombing elementary schools. There's so much in between there.
Well, there hasn't been a bombing of an elementary school. The last report I saw was that was an Iranian strike that went rogue.
It was
like
not.
A lot of their missiles.
It was not. Not only was it not an Iranian strike, it literally is a Tomahawk missile, and they literally don't even have those.
When was this report given? Because yesterday, the report I heard, was it today that they gave that report? Because I haven't been.
What report, sir? You can look up who we sell Tomahawk missiles to. You don't need a report for that. But if you want the full analysis, I can pull it up. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Today, I haven't seen the news. I've been busy all day. And yesterday, the last thing I heard was that it was a self-inflicted. So I'm going off of what I know from yesterday.
No, this is literally the message that I sent to another creator yesterday. Okay. With this link up. All right. Which, if I can move that over there, which literally shows and has a breakdown of the parts recovered. Okay. And literally can actually show right there where it was a Tomahawk missile. Okay. Before it hit. And then when you go down even further, it literally has the debris on there with the manufacturer's name where it talks about Bell Aerospace and Technologies Corp. Contract year 2014 and the Department of Defense code for the United States of America.
Oh, that's horrible news. I didn't know that. That's horrible.
Like, but again, we didn't even need that much because then you would have to, like, if it was Iran, like I think there's only like 4 or 5 countries on the planet that have like these Tomahawk missiles. Like, and only one of them was bombing inside of Iran, and Iran's not one of them. They don't have Tomahawk missiles.
Yeah, only Israel and the U.S. were.
Well, unless France just decided to freaking shoot one off from, just for fun.
But yeah, back to the reasons why I still support Trump, because overall crime here in the States is down, like a lot overall, from 2024 to now.
Hasn't the crime rate been going down for like 4 years straight or something?
And right now it's the safest it's been, especially the what do you call it? Violent crimes have decreased. So just because it's been decreased, so just if something keeps decreasing means it's going to always keep decreasing?
No, I'm just saying it's been decreasing. It's been trending down for years, right? And Donald Trump hasn't actually done anything specifically to help reduce it further. So,
well, I believe that ICE being out and about makes people who commit crimes more weary of crimes. Plus, most of the crime is done in major cities, and it's concentrated, and they've done blitzes on those cities with ICE and whatnot, and crime has significantly gone down in those cities, which affect the overall stats.
Yeah, so 3 things on that. 1, ICE doesn't have any law enforcement ability when it comes to enforcing crime because they're not a law enforcement agency, right? Okay. So they don't have any effect on that. Stop. Hold on. I said 3 things. I said 3 things. I said 3 things. I didn't say half a thing, then you cut me off. I said 3 things. Okay? So, ICE isn't a law enforcement agency, okay? There's not enough of them for all those places. Actually, if you look at violent crime across the United States, it's actually more in red states than rural spots. You're just looking at it as a number spot when actually per capita, it's actually not the cities. Third of all, undocumented immigrants who ICE actually does have authority over commit violent crime at a rate 30 times less than American citizens. So literally by getting rid of a bunch of undocumented immigrants, you'd actually be raising the crime rate.
I'm not saying that it's the undocumented immigrants that are doing it, but the fact that there has been an exertion and statements made that it's getting cracked down, that there's more law enforcement, it has an effect on criminals. I used to be a criminal. I'm telling you this from lived experience. If I go outside and I see more patrol cars going around, it makes me not want to do crimes because at the end of the day, I ain't trying to go to jail.
ICE doesn't drive patrol cars. They actually specifically drive cars that cannot be detectable or try not to be detectable as ICE to begin with. They're the opposite of patrol cars. And not to mention that, but because ICE is in all of these places, now actual freaking police that actually are supposed to be, you know, enforcing crime and doing these type of things can't actually do that because they're too busy trying to stop the protesters and protect ICE from the protesters or protect the protesters from ICE. I really don't know which way it's going at this point.
Well, like I said, the statistics right now show that this is the safest America's been since the 1900s. Like literally, that's what the FBI statistics show.
I have not seen any FBI statistic that says that.
Okay, well, I did my research and
That
that's what
crime
it shows.
doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it literally says right here. I got them pulled up on my phone.
All right, well, tell me where it shows that. Let's see it.
So let me see. So violent crime has decreased 4.5 from 2023.
4.5 what?
In 2024. So this was from 2024. So from 2023 to 2024, it decreased 4.5. So now if we go to 2025, it went down 9.9 since 2024. That's double what it went from 23 to 24.
What of
So,
what?
and that's
4.5 of
That's
what?
violent crime. This is straight from the FBI site. So from 2023 to 2024, the last year of Biden, it went down 4.5. From 2024 November
4.5 what?
to October,
Sir, 4.5 what?
4.5%. It went down 4.5%.
Oh my goodness. Gee. Y'all watch
Right
It's Always
now,
Sunny? Do you
from
guys
October
hold on.
2020
Do you guys watch It's Always Sunny? All I could think about there was when like Charlie is like, they're like, do you know how much pollution a bus gives off? And he's like, I don't know, 3. And she's like, 3 what? And he's like, 3 pollutions. Like that's all I could think about that entire time. It was just three pollutions. Anyway, sir. All right, you're on the FBI's website, which is kind of a joke at this point. You go on crime rate year by year. Let's take a look at it.
The FBI is a joke, dude. They found 6,000 kids that were missing this year since Trump came into office. What are you talking about?
Sir, you just said you were using the FBI stats. That's why I brought it up.
But you're saying the FBI
Hold on. So you're using the FBI stats, and then when I say I'm bringing up the FBI stats, you tell me the FBI is a joke?
No. You said the FBI is a joke at this point, and I said, how can it be a joke when they found 6,000 children since Trump got into office?
Because they find thousands of children every year. What are you talking about?
Well, okay, so nothing good that happens this year matters because we do it all the time.
I didn't say it was
So
good. Sir, you're making the claim. Listen, sir.
You just said
You're
the FBI finds kids every year. So the fact they found more kids this
Where
year
did they
doesn't
find
matter.
kids at,
They're
sir?
always finding kids. So what did you
Where
say
did they
before
find
that when
kids
I
at?
brought up the crime?
Hey,
You said-
hello. Can you hear me?
No,
Are you
let me
there?
make the point. Let me make the point.
Sir, I'm
'cause
trying
you
to
keep
get a clarification
mixing
on
and
your point.
You
I
said-
don't
when I
understand
said
your
the crime
point.
has been
I
down,
need you to be
when I
quiet
said
so I
the
can
crime
ask
has
you a
been
question.
down-
All right, well, I'll just mute you, okay? If you don't want to let me ask a clarifying question on your point, then you don't get to talk, okay? This is ridiculous. You're saying a source. I can't find your source. You won't tell me where your source is. You're making some claim about finding children. You won't answer the question on where we're finding the children, okay? I am asking you questions about your statements, which is something that you're not doing for me, okay? So this conversation goes a lot better if I can understand what you're trying to say, okay?
This conversation goes better if you don't keep saying every point that I make. Oh, well, they already did that last year too. So what are you talking about? That's what you've done now 3 times. 3 times you've said the same thing. I bring up an achievement. You say, well,
Yeah.
it's
Where's
happened
your
before, so why
stats
did it
from,
matter?
sir?
You literally, the first thing I brought up, what was the first thing I brought
Sir,
up? If you're paying
where
attention to
are
our
your
conversation.
stats from? This
What's
I'm not
the first thing
this
I
is not
brought
a
up?
trick question. This is not a gotcha. We're not trying to fucking do anything. You're saying you're reading stats. Where the fuck are the stats from?
I already told you.
Then tell
From
me
the
again.
FBI database.
FBI database. Okay. Where on the FBI database? Because I'm on FBI's crime statistics right now. Okay. And let's see. FBI, let's see. FBI crime rate by year. We'll go violent crime rate by year. Make it easy. 16 more rows. La da da da. This is table 1. I don't know why. There we go. Maybe it's over here. That's funny. None of these say any of what you're saying. And none of these say what you're saying. I see something from somebody called the Council on Criminal Justice that's saying what you're saying. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm seeing something from the Council of Immigration, Council for Criminal Justice that said reported levels of 11 of 13 offenses covered in this report were lower in 2025 than 2024. None of the offenses declined by 10%. Drug crimes were the only offense category that increased. Sexual assault remained even. Looking at the charges of violent offenses, the rate of reported homicides was 21% lower in 2025 than 2024. In the 35 study city providing data for that crime, representing 922 fewer homicides. 9% fewer aggravated assaults, 22% fewer gun assaults. When nationwide data for jurisdictions by all sizes reported by the FBI later this year, there's a strong possibility that they will drop by a rate of 4 per 100,000. See, it wasn't even 4%. It was 4 per 100,000, right? Let's see. Cool. So, what did Donald Trump do to affect this?
To affect the crimes, well, he got the FBI that's actually out there doing things. And like I said, the morale of the police also comes to do with it, because now with the Justice Department that's behind the law enforcement, unlike during Biden, where a police officer was more afraid to do a stop. Look, and I say this, I don't.
You just told me that in 2024 we had super low crime rates.
Because the people that I know that were in law enforcement during the Biden administration told me themselves that they were a lot more hesitant when getting involved.
You just told me the numbers in 2024 were super low. You just told me that the violent crime rates in 2023 and 2024 were super low. You just told me that.
And what I said is that they're lower now.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm saying. If they were super low under Biden, sir, if they were super low under Biden, then how are you going to tell me that law enforcement was afraid to do their job?
I never said they were super low during Biden. You said that.
You just read me the stats.
I read you.
Is this a fucking joke? Are we living on a different planet?
From 2023, the decrease from 2023 to 2024 was 4.5%.
And it decreased from 2023 to 22 and 22 to 21. When was the last time crime rates went up, sir? When was the last year crime rates went up?
I haven't looked that up. It was probably during 2020 when COVID happened and there was a massive spike in all crime during the pandemic, those first 2 years.
Correct. The last time it went up was under Trump's last year in office. And then it went down every single one of the years that Biden was in office, every single fucking year. So how are you going to tell me, sir,
Trump, it doesn't matter?
Sir, I didn't say it doesn't matter. I'm asking what he did to effectuate it, sir.
That's what I'm asking you.
I'm asking what he did to effectuate it. And what you're
does it matter or doesn't matter? Does crime
it doesn't matter if you can't tell me how Donald Trump effectuated it, okay? That's the answer. It doesn't matter if you can't tell me how Donald Trump effectuated it. And if the only thing you have for why Donald Trump effectuated it, it was that Biden didn't give police any power to do anything, but yet crime went down every single year under him also, then that's bullshit. What's the actual reason?
Okay, so you're saying crime statistics don't matter as long as they're going down and we don't know why, right?
No, I'm asking you to tell me why. Sir, are you familiar with causation versus correlation?
Okay, so we're not in a safer America then.
Sir, I already explained how we're not in a safer America because we literally have the FBI telling California that they might be under attack from a foreign adversary. So we're already way past being in a safer America. We're not even close, okay? But what you're just saying, I'm asking you if you know the difference between causation and correlation. That's the question I'm asking you.
The moment you ask that, a lot of factors go into that. So I can't point out one specific factor, and it can't be in a database. Do you know what made crime go down during Biden? What are the factors?
What made crime go down under Biden? Sure, absolutely. So actually during freaking COVID, right? Like before we opened up for it, it's because everybody was mostly in their house. People were getting a lot of checks and all this sort of stuff. The number one driver for things like, for crime is poverty, right? So obviously it went down during that situation, right? And then actually, yeah, there was a lot of police enforcement. There was lots of, high economic numbers. More people had jobs. Freaking people were getting a lot more money in their pockets, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure that had a lot to affect it, but definitely wasn't Biden telling police officers they couldn't do their job. I'll tell you, it wasn't that.
So the reason for lowering crime during Biden was the economy, right?
Well, that's just a factor. Like you said, there's tons of factors, sir. But I'm asking you if you know the difference in causation and correlation.
That's why when I'm bringing up the statistics, I can only go off of those statistics. If we start trying to go what made violent crime go down, we can't really do that. That takes an extensive study. So that's why I'm confused on why
I would like an extensive study then.
Specific things make it go down. Because that's to find that out, that's what I ain't never seen a study. When I ask Grok, when I ask any AI, what are the reasons for lower crime, it really can't give me a list or anything. And you just
I'm looking right here that the FBI hasn't even published their violent crime data for the year of 2025 yet.
They have the data, but they don't tell you why it went down. That's
no, they haven't even released the data.
Continually down. At the end of Trump, if we're going on the same trajectory, it's going to be down lower than ever if we're going down. And I'm using your logic that it's been going down for the last 4 years. So if I'm using your logic that it's going to continue going down, then at the end of Trump's term, it's probably going to be the safest America's ever been, correct? If I'm using your logic.
They haven't released all their data. That's why we don't have it.
Okay. So let me go back to another reason I still support Trump. The war right now,
Just
he
let
said
you know, FBI has not released it, by the way. Go ahead.
We're in week 3. He got 3 more. What's going to happen after 3 weeks? At the end of the 6th, I don't know. But what I do know is when that man gives ultimatums and gives timelines, he's been pretty good at keeping those timelines.
Like when he said he was going to make sure that Ukraine and Russia war ended in 24 hours of him being president-elect.
So
when he said he was going to give 90 deals in 90 days.
He gave Jared Kushner and Witkoff and Iran. He told them, you got 10 to 15 days to come up with a deal. If you don't, you're going to see what happens.
Where's my Doge check?
Ultimatum. He told Iran, you start killing your people, we're going to go after you. That's 2 ultimatums. So far up to this point, he has kept both. So when he says 6 weeks, I got to trust him at least to the 6 week mark.
Donald Trump has been saying he's going to replace the ACA in 2 weeks for 10 years now.
But his stance on Iran, that he's going to
Donald Trump said that he's going to replace the ACA in 2 weeks, and he's been saying exactly that for 10 years now. Okay. He also said before, when he was running for presidency, that we were America first and there would be no new wars. He said multiple times in each campaign that he ran that we weren't going to get involved in wars in the Middle East. He said that in all 3 of his campaigns. So if he tells me that we're not going to have any new wars and he lied, then he said we're not going to get any involved in any wars in the Middle East and he lied, then why the heck am I going to believe that he's going to be done with this in a few weeks? Not to mention the fact that Donald Trump doesn't really have the ability to decide that.
Well, I got to give him until the 6 week mark. Because like I said, a lot of the times, man, he gives ultimatums, he puts dates, and usually that's what it is.
Sir, this whole thing started at a couple weeks. This whole thing started as it was only going to be a couple weeks. Then it moved to 4 weeks. Then it moved to 5 weeks. And now you're saying 6 weeks. So literally just in the week and a half that this thing has been going on, the timeline has already changed 4 times.
Yeah, and I could point to that as a strategy of don't let your enemies know exactly what you're doing. But like I said, me personally, if it goes past the 6 weeks, I'm going to be more upset. But I still support him because in contrast to what Biden was offering and what the Democrat Party would have offered and what happens under Democratic rule, one of the things I'm really not down
Democratic
with is the
rule
way they
is so funny. The fact that you think it's a rule is like already the issue, right? It's just so fucking un-American.
What?
Democratic rule. We live in a fucking democracy.
Yeah.
So we don't have democratic rule, okay? This isn't a fucking authoritarian fucking regime, dude. Well, it is now.
We're a democratic republic. We're not a democracy. We're a democratic republic. There's a big difference. Democracy is when majority vote and is majority rule. We have a democratic republic. There's a big difference between
literally them. The word democratic is democracy. That's what that means, sir. But we don't. You're not. Sir, you're wrong, and you're
because you got the popular vote.
Sir,
that's a democracy.
Sir,
but we're not a democracy.
Sir,
pure democracy. We are not.
Sir, there's just sir, please. The more you're talking, the dumber you're making yourself sound. Please just let me correct you before you keep talking more. You are insanely incorrect. Okay. First of all, we don't live in a democratic republic. We live in a constitutional republic. And that constitutional republic is a democracy because there's 2 different types of democracy. There is direct and indirect democracy. And in our form of a constitutional republic, we live under indirect democracy. And it's still democracy. Indirect democracy is still democracy.
But we're not a pure democracy.
No, there's no such thing as a pure democracy. There is direct and indirect democracies. Those are the 2 categories. That's all you get. There is no pure democracy, okay? We don't have one we put through a fucking water filter, okay? There is direct and there is indirect. Those are the 2. Direct is the one you're referring to, where it just goes off of popular vote, which is how we freaking elect our representatives. So we still live in a form of direct democracy, even in this nation, just not for the president. But every other type of freaking election we have in the United States, we still use direct democracy. Okay? And for the president, we use an indirect democracy. And when it comes to legislation, we use an indirect democracy.
Yeah, and so back to why I still support Trump. So
did you even comprehend what the fuck I just said?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Then can we please stop with this whole shit about like we don't live in a democracy? Yes, we fucking do. Where are you guys hearing this, by the way? I hear this so often, and it literally is like the most like basic form of civics in this country. Where do you guys hear this bullshit from?
I know we live in a democracy, but it's a constitutional republic, and
I said we live in a democracy, and you fucking argued with me saying that we don't live in a democracy.
I thought you meant the pure, but now
oh my fucking god, dude, this is the most ridiculous shit. What the fuck is?
No, you explained that you weren't meaning what I thought you were meaning.
7th grade civics, dude. Seriously, like, just where do you guys hear this shit from? It's so fucking nuts, dude.
Right now, I still support Trump because even though right now the prices are bad and gas, they were great since he got in.
Incorrect. Actually, freaking, there have been more months since he got into office. The gas prices were higher than when he took office. His first 9 months in office, they were higher than when he took office.
Well, not where I live, so.
Well, yes, where you live also, sir. But guess what? Donald Trump isn't the president of your fucking gas station, okay? He's the president of the United States, so we go by the gas prices of the entire United States.
Okay, when I seen them, it looked like they was lower than they were during the whole Biden administration until the last, 4 months of the Biden administration?
Over a year.
When they dropped down?
Over a year. Yeah. Actually, gas prices were going down for the last 2 years of Biden's administration straight in a row, right? And the only reason they were up to begin with the first 2 years of Biden's administration is because of the OPEC Plus deal. And the OPEC Plus deal was a deal that was negotiated by Donald Trump that didn't expire until the end of 2022. So they were higher for the first 2 years of Biden's administration because of Trump. And then every year after Trump's horrible deal expired, they went down every single month. So when they were high under Joe Biden's freaking administration, it was because of Donald Trump's inability to make a good deal. And when they've gone up recently under Donald Trump's administration, it's also because Donald Trump doesn't have the ability to make a good deal. It's amazing. It's like every time our prices go up, it's because Donald Trump's inability to make a good deal.
Then I must have been misinformed because I thought the fact they were up during Biden was because of the fact that he wasn't letting the oil companies drill as much here in the U.S. And that's why since Trump came in, there has been, in the 1 year he's been in office, it's gone significantly up.
In 2024, we produced more oil than in any time in American history. We're the most energy independent that our country has ever been, and we outproduced Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was 2024.
No,
That was 2024. If you don't know, I'm informing you. That was 2024.
No, I just looked it up yesterday.
Sir, it continued to go up in 2025. In 2024, under the Biden administration, at the end of 2024, under the Biden administration, we produced more oil in this country than any time in American history.
Well, when I looked it up, it said that this last year was the most production that we've had.
It was.
It went up.
Both of those things exist simultaneously, sir. Under the Biden administration, we produced more oil than any time in American history. That can be correct, and we can still produce more in 2025. Both of those things can be true. But you're saying Biden didn't let them drill oil. Listen. You said Biden didn't allow them to drill oil. How, if Biden did not allow them to drill oil, then at the time did we produce more oil than any time in American history?
You know what's so funny?
No, answer my question. I don't want to hear what's funny. I could care less of what's funny. I could give a shit what's fucking funny. I could care less what's fucking funny. I truly do not give a shit what is funny. I want you to answer my question. How, under the Biden administration, Okay. Could we produce more oil than any time in American history, but yet Biden wasn't letting them drill? That's what I want an answer to.
Currently matters.
Sir, if you're not talking on my live until you answer that question. Okay. You are currently muted. Nobody can hear you. I can see you yelling into the microphone, and I'm not going to unmute you until you're quiet. Okay. I have a little green bar. I can't hear a word you're saying. I just see a green bar pinging across the screen. So when that stops, I will unmute you. I don't even think he can hear me. Shay, thank you so much for clearing out my gift gallery when it came to the hand hearts. Huge W's in the chat for Shay for that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Shay. I guess I'm going to read a super chat while we wait for this guy to stop talking into his phone. Crown, thank you so much for the $2. Says, keep it up. I really, really appreciate that. Joe Dirt says he wants a police state like a certain person. Yeah, he certainly does.
Before,
See,
it doesn't
he hasn't
matter that
stopped.
it's happening now.
Anyways, it's Mark said, thank you so much for the $2. Said, why did the United States bomb a school? Bad intel, it sounds like. It sounds like he had really bad intelligence. They had bad intelligence or something. Like, I guess from what I'm hearing, it used to be part of the base and then it stopped being part of the base and they didn't have updated intelligence on that. That's what I'm hearing, but I'm not really sure.
How do you make it that everything that is good now?
He still hasn't stopped, dude. So that's what I'm hearing. I'm just, again, I don't know for sure. I don't know all the details. I'm just saying, based off of what I've read. Okay. So who knows?
You have a good day, sir.
All right. Bye. He did not stop talking that entire time. It was just ding, 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 ding the whole time. That was crazy, dude. That was crazy. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to try to keep this thing going, but I am going to go finish up my super chats real quick. That dude might still be talking. He might still be talking to this day. Who knows? We don't know if he ever actually stopped. We're not actually sure. We're not sure. He may, you know, lore says that he's still talking to this day, that he's never actually left. Felix, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, caller, so if Trump follows the run pullout schedule, he's reliable. If Trump ignores the run pullout schedule, he's being tactical. See, Felix gets it. Okay, Felix understands. All right. Remember, Donald Trump is playing 3D chess, 4D chess, 5D. He might be playing 6D chess. Okay. He might be playing 6D chess. Okay. 7D checkers. It's literally Trump derangement syndrome, bro. Like, they literally have that. Like, they literally have some type of like Trump D-sucking syndrome or some shit. It's fucking wild, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, and they decide whether he tells the truth or not based off of what happens later. So they literally just listen to everything he says. Okay. They listen to everything he says. And then everything that was wrong is hyperbole or some type of deal or tactics. And if it's right, then he was, you know, being truthful the whole time. He's playing 9D checkers, and the D stands for dementia. Oh, that's funny. So it was a 9D Go Fish. Ari just bought that freaking game. It's called like Go Fuck Yourself or whatever. It's supposed to be like Go Fish. We haven't played it yet. I really do that. Mel, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said maybe I'm young, but Obama had the best gas prices. But I was also young and rolling around in a busted Honda. Well, first of all, the busted Hondas also did have gas mileage. That car is still probably running. Also, Obama did have some pretty good gas prices, but they did continue to go down. I mean, it was kind of different throughout Obama's presidency. I remember when I first started driving back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. God, that was a long time ago. I just missed I was just after where $1 was the gas prices were generally under $1, right? They were right as soon as I started driving is when they jumped up over $1 consistently. And they never went back down. I actually for a long time blamed myself, okay? Because I was like, wow, I'm like one of the first drivers to never be able to see gas under $1. It was like they were waiting on me to it's like they were waiting on me to start driving so that I could so gas could go up. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Cries in California. I grew up driving in California. That's where I learned to drive. I swear it was. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. When did gas freaking go on average over $1? I need to know that. I'm going to look that up. Thank you so much, Mel. Someone said 2000. That's about right. I started driving 2002? Let's see. I want to look at let's see, hold on. It was super low. This is saying the 80s. This is saying the 80s. Okay, hold on. 1999. It looks like it was 1999 was the last year that it was on average under $1. But it was in 2002, the U.S. average was $1.14 on average in the United States. But that's all grades too, though. That was $1.14 for all formulations of retail gas prices. I wish I could how do I I want to pull it by I want to pull it by for cheap gas, for I don't want to see all formulations. I want to see for the 87 or 89 or whatever the hell it was. All right. I want to that's all for that includes your high octane shit and all that sort of stuff. I don't even know about all that, man. I don't even know about that. How much was cheap gas? See, people are acting like I was crazy. All right. People are acting like I was crazy. I wasn't that far off. Cause let's see. When did I start driving? I started driving when I was 15. Right. I got my permit when I was 15. I turned 15 in December of 2001. So 2002, when gas on average for all formulations was 114 in 2000. I was right there, dude. I was right there. I was right there. All right. It was probably higher than that in California. All right. So still, never mind. Not the point. Okay. Maybe I just saw it. I probably saw it was under $1 on the news someplace else. Okay. It's probably what I was 15. I don't remember. FFT says Iran is a Trump distraction from the Epstein files. Dude, if Donald Trump's going to keep starting wars to hide the Epstein files, then we're just going to be at war until frickin' who knows when, man. We might never get out of war. We're just going to keep rolling one of that. We might go to war with frickin' Jamaica or something. Y'all, if you guys still support Trump, phone lines are still open if you'd like to have a call and have a chat. Appreciate you. Felix said, I love the channel, Polly. You should do scheduled debates. Yeah, I've wanted to do some scheduled debates. These people around here are freaking like, the right doesn't debate anymore. They don't like actually debate. So I don't know. Maybe I will soon. I have a whole bunch of things that I'm trying to get accomplished for this summer and towards the end of the year. But maybe after midterms, I'll do some like scheduled debates and some, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll go on Jubilee or something. Have some fun. You know? Bro, Donald Trump will go to war with anybody to stop the Epstein files. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go on and do a scheduled debate. Maybe I'll do some. I might do Jubilee or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I'm turning 40 next month. It feels weird to celebrate. I have shit. Is that 8 months left? 9 months left? Oh, Mel, thank you so much for the $9.99. Said I was put 10 on 3 because I know my car. Also, I put 10 on 3. Also, you are right that things could run on vegetable oil and a hope. Yeah, dude, Honda like. So I drive. I drive a Civic, right? Like I don't hide it or whatever. And then like I was like real happy today because I had to fill up my car today. And I use like I have like the rewards points and stuff for, like gas or whatever. And so like, yeah, I had the rewards points. So I was like, oh, do you want like 15 cents off a gallon? And I was thinking, and I was like, with all the gas prices as high as they are right now, I was like, if at any time I need 15 cents off a gallon, it's right now. And I filled up my car, and it was still, I know some of y'all are gonna be like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. It was still only like it was still like I was like, oh my God, that's the first time I've gone over $30 in forever. Like, like it had been so long since I put more than like they actually gone over $30 in my tank. It like threw me off. I got so confused. Oh yeah, I can fill my little Civic, man. Freaking that thing runs forever. Yeah. Some of y'all out there driving F-350s. All right. You guys are I used to drive a truck, and I'll tell you, there's two things I don't miss, right? Is filling up my tank at the gas station and buying tires. Oh my God. Every single time I had to buy tires in my truck. It was just brutal. I just, oh, yeah. Now I got my little Civics. Tires are like $12, bro. It's freaking awesome. Yeah. My tires are like $12, dude. Tires are so cheap on my Civic that I buy nicer tires. You know what I'm saying? Like I buy like Continentals and stuff because they're gone. I can buy like Continentals and shit because because the tires are so cheap. You know, on my truck, I was buying cheap ass tires just because. What the fuck? Oh, God. Sorry, I'm reading. Apparently, Trump was going to endorse Cornyn, and then he said Paxson made a genius move. I'm scared to see what that's all about. Interesting. But yeah, now I can buy like nice tires because it's like they're so cheap now. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Y'all, if you guys like support the live, we don't have any Trump supporters right now, which means I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but I'll do a little bit of time. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, you guys want to throw it in the chat, you guys are more than welcome. I'll try to answer it. Thank you so much, Mel. If you throw it in a super chat or a like message like on like my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, of course, those will get priority. But besides that, I'll try to answer any questions that you guys have right now. And we'll do that before the end of the live, unless somebody else calls in, and we'll keep doing that. Keep the live going a little bit longer. Oh, excuse me. Also, if you like to support on TikTok and you just have, you know, just coins that you just are just burning a hole in your pocket, I have one more gift in my gift gallery to clear. It is the meteor shower. It is the hard one. Okay. But if you'd like support, I really, really appreciate it. Like clear off the freaking gift gallery on Wednesday. I would love that too. So that's why it's my live gift gallery now. There's my forearm tat. I show this thing off all the time. So most of you guys already know what it looks like. I actually left a room right here because I'm getting, after once my mom actually passes, then I'll get her dates and my dad's dates around the bottom. But it's the Bernstein Bears. It's kind of sucks. It's hard to see the inside part. I guess I could turn around like that. Let's see. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I want to say that.
What?
I wanted to ask you.
All right, I can't understand you. Cryogen says, what color Play-Doh tastes the best? That's a really good question. All right. Cryogen, you've been in my chat for a long time. So I promise you that the only person in here that knows what Play-Doh tastes like is you. And I'm afraid to answer that question because I'm afraid you will actually go eat Play-Doh. Okay? I am literally afraid of that. Okay? And while you are quite annoying in my chat, I don't want you to, die of Play-Doh poisoning. All right? So... here's a good one. Says, why are you so gay? That's a wonderful question. I love questions like that. Why am I so gay? I don't know. Just for you, I guess. I don't know. Are you interested? Is that what it is? And Tide Pod for dessert. Tide Pod for dessert. Yeah. You ever see that College Humor where they do that? Where it's like the CEO of Tide? Anyways, it's super funny. Watch it later. Don't they make Play-Doh safe to eat because kids eat it a lot? No, they make it safe to eat so Cryogen can eat it. Okay. And so he's still okay. All right. It's specifically for Cryogen. Yeah, no paging. Tad wants to know, why is the Navy the best branch, right? And I will answer that back with this message that says, why are you so gay? So why are you gay? I had actually already pre-answered your question with sorry. I cracked myself up with that one. I'm sorry. I cracked myself up with that one. I got myself on that one. All right. Hello, how are you?
Hi, what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
30.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
I think he's been accomplishing a lot of stuff, especially in the last month or so.
And what has he been accomplishing?
Changing the Secretary of Homeland Security. I support all the ICE raids. I support ICE. I support ICE removing illegal immigrants from this country that have overstayed their welcome.
Him firing someone that he put in as
a America Summit.
Sir,
I support that as
hello?
well.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Perfect. Question for you. How is firing someone that you hired accomplishing something?
She didn't get fired. She was moved to a different position.
You said replacing the head of ICE. She got fired from the head of ICE. Yeah.
No.
Do you think special envoy to
do you think somebody else was put in her position?
Sir, do you think special envoy to doesn't exist land is somehow a promotion or an even move? Jill, thank you so much for the meteor shower. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Huge W's in the chat.
There you go. That's what
for
you
Jill
needed.
for that meteor shower.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Jill, thank you so much for the meteor shower. Big W's in the chat for the meteor shower. We cleared off that gift gallery. That is absolutely amazing. Huge W's in the chat for Jill for that. Thank you so much. That is very, very sweet of you. I really, really appreciate that. Anyway, sir, sorry, you were explaining to me why getting moved to a made-up position is somehow a promotion?
No, you were explaining to me how she got fired.
Oh, she did get fired.
Nah, that's not what fired means. She still works for the president of the United States, so she's not fired.
Yeah, no, there's a job called the head of the DHS secretary, and if you are removed from that job, you are fired. That's how that works. Even if they give you a new job, you're still fired. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. That's how that works. Okay, that'd be like saying, like,
if I work at my company as the project manager, and they say, "Hey, we got a guy that's a little better than you. We want him to run your job. We're going to move you down to the foreman of all the piping guys." I didn't get fired. I got moved to a position that better suits the entire company.
Sweet. I will completely. I will completely.
It's not as important, and I'm not over so many people. But I'm not getting fired.
I completely agree with you. And if that's the way you want to say it, fine. But your example is a little bit off, okay? It would be like if you had a guy who was like the CFO of like a major like corporation in the United States, okay?
Yeah.
And they said
yeah,
you're not like Amazon, okay? Like the CFO of Amazon, right? And they said, "Hey, we found someone to take your position, okay? We're not firing you, but your new job is to go to the bathrooms and you're going to pick up shit with your hands." Okay. And we're going to pay you and we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you minimum wage. Okay. To literally pick up poop with your hands. Okay. And so, no, technically Amazon has not fired you. Okay. But you can see how you were still fired from your position, right?
Correct. But
Okay.
so that's a little different because she's still making the exact amount as the Speaker of the House. So you're not getting paid any less for changing your position in the cabinet. She's still getting paid whatever the Speaker of the House gets paid. They're getting paid. They're making the most amount of money in Washington, D.C., period. So, no, it's not a firing. It's a reorganization.
Oh,
and
so that's worse,
it's the
actually.
First stir-up in Trump's second term in his cabinet. This is the first time he has had to move somebody.
Yeah, see,
And
that's
honestly,
actually worse, though. You understand that, why, right?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying, that's actually worse, right?
No, I don't know anything about
because
this.
We're now paying someone
about this.
Because American taxpayers are now paying Kristi Noem, one of the highest salaries in Washington, to do a made-up job.
No, they just had an entire summit where it is her job to organize that summit and have all these leaders from South American countries come and talk about how you can stop the drug cartels, how they can all work together and continue military
do you even know why she got
together
fired?
as a team.
Do you even know why she got fired?
No, I do not. Can you remind me, please?
No, I can't remind you if you didn't know before, but I can let you know if you want.
No, I didn't know before. I'm not a politician. I don't really care.
Yeah, no problem. I have no problem informing you. That is not an issue for me.
It's
so
a quick Google search to read articles and to find facts. It's not. I don't have to be. I don't have to be a YouTube political commentator to know what's actually happening.
Well,
I know as much as you know.
Obviously not, because I'm the one who's about to explain to you why Kristi Noem got fired.
Explain it to me, brother.
I'm just saying, you obviously don't know as much as me about it.
With them somehow.
Okay. Yeah, you obviously don't know as much, right? Because you don't know what's going on right now. Okay, so I'll just explain it to you. It's not a big deal, man. Okay, you don't have to be like, I don't have to do it. Just listen. Maybe you'll learn something. Okay, so she went up in front of the Senate. Okay. And Kristi Noem, when she went up in front of the Senate, went up there and talked all about how she was having a giant affair with her underling, right? Right. Yep. And but the big thing is when Secretary Kennedy, well, first it was sorry, not Secretary Kennedy, Senator Kennedy, right? First it was Senator Tillis who went up there and said that he wouldn't confirm any of the freaking nomination.
Don't get riled up. Calm down and explain it to me so I can understand. Remember, you're talking to a Trump voter here. You got to slow down. You go a little fast.
Sir, I don't go any slower than this. For me a bit. And I am literally speaking as stupid as I possibly can. So if you can't figure it out from that, sir, then I'm sorry. There's just no hope for you. Okay, go crawl under a rock or something.
No,
okay,
I'm asking.
But I'm gonna finish my sentence again, and if you start talking again, I'll just hang up the phone. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Right. Appreciate you. So what I was saying was, it started with Senator Tillis, and Senator Tillis said that he wasn't going to pass any bills, that he would be a dissenting vote, that he would stop every freaking thing in committee, and that he would not confirm any of the people that Donald Trump wanted to add to his, into his cabinet or anything like that, if he didn't get answers on things that Kristi Noem has fucked up. Then it went to Senator Kennedy, where he asked her questions about why she was spending $220 million of taxpayer money to do advertisements in which pretty much she just got on camera and just showed herself in little outfits and shit. And he asked her if the president had approved that. And she said that she had had a big discussion with President Trump, and he 100% approved all of that stuff. Well, the thing is, Senator Kennedy then went to Donald Trump and said, hey, she said you approved all this stuff. And apparently Donald Trump was fucking furious. Okay. And then no longer wanted her to be in one of the most important, if not the most important position in his cabinet. Okay. But the problem is that Kristi Noem knows where all the bodies are hidden now, right? Because she's been way too in depth in this administration in order to just fire and just leave out on the side of the road. So he created a whole new position and a whole new bunch of shit that didn't exist prior to that day, right? He made it all up that day. And sure, they had a summit and stuff later and all that sort of stuff, but that position did not exist. He fired her, okay, because he didn't want her there, and then made a position for her. Okay, that's all that happened. It's not that serious. But again, he doesn't get credit for firing his cabinet secretary and finding a job for her. That's not something that's good. That's just something that exists.
Well, I mean, I think any leader would have done that for someone they respect, that just doesn't think that that was the position for them. I think you look a little way too. I think you're looking way too deep into things, and he found somebody he thought would accomplish his goals a little better, and he decided he wanted to put that person in charge, and so he found a position. And yeah, maybe he made a fucking position. They made positions under Biden. They made positions under Obama. They made positions under George Bush. There's so many made-up fucking positions in the government. That's what we should be mad about.
Name one.
He made one position for someone he respects.
Can you name one?
And it was actually a pretty important position.
Can you name one? No, can you name one?
Can I name one what?
Yeah, you said they made up positions under Biden. Can you name one?
Under Biden, can I name one? No, I can't name one.
Can you name one under Obama?
I can literally ask ChatGPT right now, and I bet you I can find at least a dozen.
Okay, then do it.
Do you want me to? Okay, let's see. How do we word that? I want you to word it. How do you word it?
No, go ahead and type in GPT. Please name all the positions that Biden made up during his presidency.
Okay.
And I want to hear all dozen of them, please.
I will even send it to you.
No, I don't want you to send it to me. Just go ahead and tell them to me. That's fine. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm a slow typer. I'm sorry. All right, and let's see. We're on ChatGPT. Let's just see what they say. Because if you don't remember, I mean, DEI was a big thing under Joe Biden.
Still waiting for the names of the positions, sir.
Oh, I know. I understand. Okay, so I'll read it from I said, how many made-up job positions?
Just give me the titles. I don't need all the rest of the stuff, sir. Just the titles is fine.
Oh, you don't want to hear it?
No, just the titles. I just like to want to know the made-up titles, please.
How many positions the president can fill under the U.S. system?
Not what I asked. How many positions?
4,000 political positions.
Yeah, okay. Those 4,000 political positions exist under every president. They're not made up, and they all exist. You said that the Biden administration. Listen. The Biden administration made up a dozen different positions, like the special envoy to the Americas, Shields of America, or whatever the fuck Donald Trump is calling Kristi Noem now.
You want to hear? You want to hear Joe Biden's?
Yes,
you want
please.
to hear
Would
Joe
love
Biden's
to.
now?
Yep.
Can I say Joe Biden's now?
Yep, send it.
The climate envoy, the infrastructure coordinator, and a supply chain task force leader. What infrastructure fucking coordinator? Because
the one for the largest infrastructure bill in American history.
Fucking worse.
Yeah, the largest infrastructure. Hey, I'm tired of this. Shh. Joe Biden literally passed the largest infrastructure bill in American history. So yeah, I assume that probably needs a coordinator. Yeah.
Have you drove across the country?
Yes, many times.
Yeah, and did anything get improved driving across the country over?
Sir, we're in the middle of the infrastructure bill.
We had 12 years of Democrats. Did anything get improved?
Sir, The infrastructure bill is still building things right now. It'll be building things after Trump is gone.
Right.
Okay.
And that's
But regardless of any of that, sir, regardless of any of that, if you have the largest infrastructure bill in the history of America, you probably need someone to coordinate that, don't you?
Yeah, who coordinates it?
Yeah, apparently the infrastructure coordinator. You just said so.
Right. So does that person stay the same when Biden leaves office and Trump comes into
No,
office?
but you're saying it's a made up position. No, it was just a position that was needed based off of infrastruccture.
So
See,
you're
we didn't
saying
have
the
a large
position that
infrastructure bill
Kristi Noem
before
got
that.
put into. So when she leaves, so this summit they had was very successful, and a lot of countries.
Awesome.
came
Then what
to
did
the
it succeed
table, and
in?
a lot of people talked.
What did it
So
succeed in?
That seems to me like a real.
What did it
job.
succeed in, sir?
Hmm?
What did it succeed in?
Everybody working together to divert the cartel drug import-export business.
I thought Donald Trump said that was already happening.
Dictators, illegal immigration, money laundering.
Donald Trump told us all that had already happened.
Those.
Hey, sir,
Latin
Donald Trump said that that's been happening for the last year.
What?
Donald Trump said that that's all been happening for the last year.
It has. And
So if it's all been happening for the if it's all been happening, sir, if it's all been happening for the last year, then what did the summit accomplish?
During meetings with Latin American leaders, Trump encouraged country in the region to use military force.
Sir, if I wanted to argue with Chat GPT, I don't need you here.
Oh, I didn't ask it. You asked it. I'm just telling you.
I asked your Chat GPT.
Yes, you did. Yeah, it wasn't me. It was you.
Yeah, I truly don't need you here for that, okay?
I don't know. I just figured I'd call.
All right, man. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
A little worse than I was before that last caller. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Do you still support Trump?
100%.
Why is that?
Why should I not?
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
I mean, I asked you a question, so you can just answer it.
Well, I know you're using Saul Whiskey tactics, so you explain to me why I should not support Trump.
Oh, okay. I will. Ready? 1, 2, and you're gone. All right, Scott, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. It said, knock, knock, knocking on Hegseth's head. Is that with all the gel on there? Ooh. Knock, knock, knocking on Hegseth's head. Hey, 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 hey. Knock, knock, knock. Yeah, freaking break it over there. Oh, thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. Quack, thank you so much for the girl power. 77, thank you so much for the clapping seal. Pacific Waves, thank you so much for the jewels. Yeah, the colors have been kind of on one today. It's all good. No big deal. Let's say we had an amazing live yesterday, so I can't really be surprised. We don't normally get just like 2 really awesome ones in a row, right? Usually you get some good conversations and then you get some, like the next day it's just I almost kind of expected it for the night, to be completely honest with you. If you want me to be completely like with it, I almost kind of expected it. So, it's whatever. It happens. It happens. Wednesdays are never my good night anyway. Wednesdays are my worst night, usually because I'm late because I'm playing tennis. Tennis was canceled today, but usually Wednesdays are my bad night anyway. I should just stop getting on Wednesdays, honestly. But anywho, I'm just gonna get off the night. Actually, I think I'm good. I'm gonna get back on tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, 6, 7 o'clock. I don't know. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications so you know when I'm coming on. I've been scheduling around like noon and stuff. So maybe a little early. I actually might schedule early tonight. So, but anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, okay? Love you guys. Bye.